Okay. So today we are going to look at the module set. Sekejap teacher share screen. Sekejap Sekejap Boleh nampak tak screen teacher? Boleh nampak ke? Kalau boleh nampak, tolong bagi tahu sebab hari ni teacher guna handphone. Laptop teacher problem sikit hari ni.
Boleh miss.
Okay. So, kita tengok paper 2 untuk modul 1. Alright. So, kalau semua dah look at the module, kita start dengan section A lah. Sekejap Tengah azan pula. Alright. So for section A, paper ni belum pernah buat lagi kan? Right. So for we look at the section A, 15 marks. So normally section A ni is all about understanding kita pada teks ataupun gambar. So ni paling senang nak score lah kalau dalam semua section dalam paper 2 ni. Okay, so we look at the first question. Grand Canyon. Come discover the natural beauty of rocky cliff and undulating peaks. Okay, so based on the first question, based on the small text given here, from the extract above, it can be concluded that Grand Canyon has Anyone has the answer? Let's look together. With peaks soaring over 1,700 meters, there is a sense of wonder that overcomes you in Grand Canyon. Keep exploring and you will discover more natural phenomena in one destination than you ever imagined. Okay, so if we look at the first, the context yang dia bagi kat sini, apa yang dia tengah cakap sebenarnya? Apa yang dia tengah explain to the readers? Anyone has any idea? Disebabkan teacher guna handphone hari ni, so teacher macam need responses lah ataupun jawapan through mic. Kalau chat teacher tak ada nak baca ni. Anyone? Sebab kita tengok kat sini dia bagi the idea is 1,700 meters, betul tak? So if we talking about 1,700 meters, this is normally dekat mana punya view? Anyone?
Mountain views.
Yes, correct. So mountain views. So kita boleh tengok juga dekat clue yang dia bagi dekat tajuk ni kan. Come discover the natural beauty of the rocky cliff and undulating peaks. So dia cakap tentang peaks. Peaks is puncak gunung kan. So jawapan dia adalah mountain views. Correct. So let's take a look at the second picture. Okay. So this is the conversation between both two men lah, between two men. Okay, so we are not supposed to shop on an empty stomach. Otherwise, we will be impulsive in buying too much food. Good thing that we hand those sandwiches before we came here to shop. So from the cartoon strip, we can conclude that both the men, but is the best answer. Did not agree with the saying, tak ada kaitan lah kan. So we can eliminate shop on an empty stomach. Is it correct? B?
No.
Okay, so C had not shopped enough for food stuff. Is it correct?
No.
Okay, so what is the answer? What is the best answer?
D.
What?
D.
Boy or donkey? Siapa yang bagi jawapan tadi? Boy ke donkey?
Donkey.
Donkey.
Yes, correct. So if you look at the picture, betul. They are all buying food stuff kan? Had not bought a lot of food stuff despite having eaten. Walaupun dia suggest kepada kawan dia, we should not shopping on an empty stomach, tapi last dia beli banyak juga kan? Okay, so for the third question, many people in the city would want to settle down in a quiet locality when they retire, bila dia dah pension. One such place they may want to consider is the coast of Rompin, a little island. 4,000 hectares in an area scattered with rocks, thorny bushes and trees, with eagles and wildlife making the place their home. Nobody has thought of settling there until recently. Okay, so from the extract, it can be concluded that from this text, dia kata most of the people lepas pension prefer to settle down dekat tempat yang lebih tenang lah kan. Okay, but then this little island, coast of Rompin, scattered with rock, batu, thorny bushes and trees, with eagles and wildlife. Okay. So, what is the conclusion that we can make through the small passage, short passage? Alright, so is this a place that people would prefer to stay or no after retired? From the short text that we go through here. No one wants to stay on the island. There are people living on the island. Okay, so B, is it logic or not? There are people living on the island. So C is the island has many primitive settlements. And the last one, only eagles and wildlife can be found on the island. Okay, what do you guys understand about primitive settlements? Anyone has any idea about primitive settlements? So primitive is talking about a group of local people yang tinggal dekat dalam island tu kan. Tapi this short text, dia tak ada cakap pasal primitive. So we can eliminate C. Okay, so what is the answer? Which answer is the most suitable one?
B.
B.
Yes, there are people living on the island. Okay, which part of the text make you think that the answer is B? Which sentence in this text that suggests that the answer is B? Anyone has any idea? There is a sentence in the text that suggests the answer is B. Okay, so which one? If not, teacher pick nama ni. Sekejap. Hmm, eh, Amin ada Amin. Amin there? Azahad? Azahad? Okay. So no one no one know the answer? Okay, so jawapan dia betul lah B. There are people living on the island. So we can look at the last sentence. Nobody has thought of settling there until recently. Tak ada sesiapa yang terfikir untuk menetap di sana until sehingga baru-baru ini recently. So that's mean there is somebody settling there. So there are people living on the island. So the answer is B lah. Do you enjoy snacking? Here are a few tips to help you. Keep each snack about the same size to avoid overeating yet still satisfy your appetite. Appetizer size portions in restaurants and at home are about the right size for mini meals. You don't have to plan 6 or more different bite-sized meals each day. You could portion out the meals you are having. Okay, so from these tips given, so what can we conclude about snacking? Okay, so what is the answer for question number 4? We can conclude that if you enjoy snacking, you have to. What is the best conclusion over all these options? Okay, so we look at the answer option A. Consume as much food as you like. Is it correct?
No.
No, yes. Yes, it's not correct. So for option B, eat both at home and at restaurants. Is it correct?
No.
Yes, it's not correct. Yeah. C, make sure that you do not eat too much. Is this tips
I
included?
think yes.
Yes, very good. So the answer is C. Divide your meal portions equally each day is not correct lah. Okay, so the best answer is C. Make sure you do not eat too much. So we can extract the understanding from the first tips. Keep each snack about the same size to avoid overeating. Okay, so it suggests us to not eat too much. Alright, so we look at questions number 5 and number 6. So question 5 and 6 is from the same text. Students offer cash aid to Syrian refugees. So Petaling Jaya, so this is the news. Students nationwide came together as one when a collection of 800,000 was collected to aid Syrian refugees in Lebanon and Jordan due to the civil conflict in Syria. The campaign, spearheaded by Datuk Megat Ayub, the director of Relief Aid Foundation, is a collaboration between Relief Aid Foundation and Warisan Sembilan Berhad. Students pledge their donations via English carnivals, jumble sales, and charity drives such as jogathons and food fairs. From the news report, we know that the campaign okay. So from this news report, what can we conclude? That what is this campaign all about? What can we conclude generally? So we look at options A, aims to promote humanitarian values. Okay. So option B has targeted a collections of 800,000. Option C is a joint effort between two companies. Is this an effort from companies? So is this campaign is an effort between two companies? What do you guys think? Who organized the campaign at the first place? So who is the organizer for this campaign at the first place? Is it companies or not? So if we look at here, student nationwide came together as one. Okay, so this project or campaign is organized by the students nationwide. It's an effort from the student itself, not the companies. So we can eliminate C. So option D had received limited support from students. Okay, if the students nationwide came together to collect 800,000, is it received limited support or not? Tak kan? Because they received 800,000 as a collection. So it is not limited support. So we can eliminate D as well. Okay, so between A and B, which one is the best and perfect answer?
I think B. B.
Which one?
B. Is
B.
targeted collection 100,000.
Okay, anyone has other suggestion? Thank you for the one who gave me the answer. Nice try, but it is not B. The answer is A. Aims to promote humanitarian values. Okay. So when we look at the section A in paper 2, normally jawapan dia almost correct, right? But we need to choose the best one lah. Okay. Has targeted a collection of 800,000. At the first, so why the answer is A is because um normally program yang melibatkan collection of the money, they do not have like specific targeted amount. So they will open for the donation. But the best one to describe this text or passage is that the project, students offer cash aid to Syrian refugees. This project or campaign is the campaign that promote ciri-ciri ataupun program kemanusiaan. Bantuan kemanusiaan. That's why jawapan yang lebih sesuai adalah A instead of B. So we can look at the clue or hint for the answer from the title itself. Students offer cash aid to Syrian refugees. So we look at is it clear? Okay ke semua?
Yeah.
Kalau ada soalan boleh unmute tau. So question number 6. The extract tells us that the Syrian refugees are affected by okay. This one answer ada dalam teks. Okay. What is the best answer? What is the best answer to describe this passage? Is it natural disaster? Is the text mention about natural disaster? Not right? Okay. Is it drought? Kemarau? Bukan juga. Is it famine? So from the text we can see at the second line. So this amount of money was collected to aid Syrian refugees in Lebanon and Jordan due to the civil conflict. So when we talk about civil conflict, it is about war. So the best answer is D. Civil conflict is kemelut masalah sivil lah ataupun masalah negara. Okay. So let's take a look at question number 7. So this is the conversation between Harun and Petra. Hi Harun, I heard that you have to go for detention class again. This is the third time. Is everything alright? Okay, Harun. Hi Petra. Thanks, that's kind of you. Okay, let's take a look at Harun punya conversation. Well, it is all my fault. Nobody is to be blamed. I have been staying up until the wee hours playing online games. I did not complete my homework. I feel very tired and lethargic during lessons. Now I know better than to do that. Okay, when Harun said I know better than to do that, he was referring to okay. Doing his homework, playing online games, going to detention class, or being tired and lethargic. Which one is the best one to
D.
define? Which one?
D. Z.
Donkey?
Yep.
D. So I feel very lethargic during lessons. Now I know better than to do that. Okay, so the best one that he was referring to is B, playing online games. But nice try. Okay, sebab apa? Sebab Harun said, now I know better than to do that. Sekarang saya tahu apa yang perlu buat. It means that now he know what is the effect ataupun what is the complications when he play the online games. That is what he mean lah dalam konteks ni. Sebabkan dia penat semasa kelas, he say about sekarang saya tahu dia lebih tahu tentang apa akibat bermain online games kan. I know better than to do that. So in this context, the answer is B lah, playing online games. Because his biggest concern for not coming to the class is because of he is playing the biggest concern why he go for the detention class sebab dia tak dapat siapkan homework disebabkan dia main game kan. So question number 8. Piranhas hunt with speed and surprise tactics. The typical way of attacking prey is by swimming directly into a shoal of fish. The attack shoal will scatter in all directions and the piranha quickly overpowers an individual fish. Small fish are swallowed whole. As for larger prey, chunks are ripped out of them, which the piranha swallows instantly so it can immediately attack another prey. The word them in the extract refers to the third line. Them in the third line. So which one is the answer? This is so easy. Mana satu jawapan dia?
D, larger prey. Larger fish.
Yes, very good. So them here is larger fish. Okay, this one is quite easy lah. Okay, questions 9 until 15. So this is basically grammar kind of questions. This is very easy to score as well. We need to look at the sentence very carefully. Is it past tense? Is it present tense? Okay, so we look here. Come February, figure skater Chu Kai-siang will create history when he becomes the first ever Malaysian to at the Winter Youth Olympics in Norway. Okay, so if we look at the sentence, he becomes. So this is present or past tense? When we look at the first sentence, the first line of the paragraph, Chu Kai-siang will create history when he becomes. So this is present tense. This text is present tense or past tense? This sentence, this paragraph.
Present.
Yes, this is present tense. The sentence is present tense. Okay, but what is the best answer here? The word after to should be
A.
A. Yes, very good. So any verb that come after the phrase to should be written in the root word form. So the best answer here is compete. A. No Malaysian has ever competed in these games, whether at senior or youth level. 16-year-old Kai Xiang is now braced for the occasion of his skating career in February. So is the best answer for question number 10?
Biggest.
Yes, very good. So when we are choosing the comparison punya verb, big, bigger, biggest, so we need to look at the word before and after lah. So before big adalah perkataan the. So dia akan jadi biggest. Paling besar. Okay. What word should appear if we use bigger? Apa perkataan yang patut kita perhatikan kalau jawapan dia adalah bigger? Kena ada comparative punya word lah. Contohnya than, bigger than. Okay, so dekat sini, since ada perkataan the, so the best answer is biggest. Kai Xiang, who started skating the age of 4, will compete against 15 other competitors in the men's figure skating event. Okay, so what is the answer for number 11?
At.
Yes, very good. So, who started skating at the age of 4? Okay. Including from Japan and the United States. Okay, so what is the best answer for question number 12?
Those.
Yes, those. Why we use those? Because 15 other competitors kan. Ramai lah. It's a plural. Okay. The Japan-based skater a year off from school to train in Osaka to prepare for this Olympic. So what is the best answer for 13? Question number 13? The Japan-based skater. Skater. So it is a singular subject. So kalau kita tengok from the second paragraph, starting from the second paragraph, no Malaysian has ever competed. And then kita tengok who started skating. Okay, so this is past continuous kan? Past continuous kita akan guna which one? The Japan-based skater. The answer is C. Has taken. The Japan-based skater has taken because singular has taken sebab past continuous. A year off from school to train in Osaka to prepare for Lillehammer and attempted to qualify for the 2018 Winter Olympics in South Korea. Okay. It's really hard as I stopped studying for 1 year to train in Japan. I train in the morning, then I go for Japanese language classes for 3 hours. I train again at night. Okay. So what is the best answer for question number 14? So Kaisiang train in the morning and then go for the Japanese language classes for 3 hours. Which word is the best answer to put to connect the sentence? What is the answer for number 14?
Before.
Yes, very good. Before. Okay, so let's take a look at the second last paragraph. Kaisiang is actually for Julian E. Zhijie, who won Malaysia sport in Lillehammer after finishing 19th at the World Junior Championship in Tallinn, Estonia in March. However, as Julian is over the age limit of 17, his place went to Kaisiang, who is the country's number 2 ranked junior figure skater. Okay. So Kaisiang is actually a
Substitute.
yes. Correct. The answer is substitute. Okay. Reserve, semua orang tahu lah kan, reserve is the pending player lah. Replacement. Okay, so the best answer is substitute lah. Sebab Julian E. Chiltier already already reached the age limit for the championship. Okay. So now let's take a look at the is everyone okay? Shall we continue?
Boleh.
Okay. So let's take a look at the section B. Okay, so I give you guys 5 minutes. Is it okay? 5 minutes to go through the text. And I am going to pick the name lah to answer. Tak apa. Semua orang take some time, 5 minutes to go through the text and poster first. Okay? Right. So your 5 minutes starts now. Okay. Then, alright, so let's go through the poster. Okay, so question number 16 and 25. So for section B, this is also free given marks lah, 10 markah. So because all of the answer are in the text and poster. So you need to read the poster and extract the point very carefully. Tapi dia senang je lah sebab dia tak ada melibatkan any grammatical error. Kalau section C, markah kita akan depends on the grammatical error jugalah. Kalau kita ada buat grammatical error, akan ada penolakan markah. But section B is the easiest one for the subjective section. Okay, are your parents thinking of owning a luxury property? Be a proud owner of Azure Villas residence. Okay, so this is an advertisement about the luxury property, or to be specific about the residence lah, about the house. Okay, so let's take a look. Using the information from the text, complete the table below. Azure Villas residence. So where is the location of this residence? Anyone has any idea where does this residence located at?
Part of Jalan Suria, KLCC.
Yes, very good. So we can take a look at the second line of the first paragraph. So the answer is heart of the Jalan Surya KLCC. Okay. So who is the developer for this residence?
DK, STN, PhD.
Yes, very good. DK Sendirian Berhad. Also from the first paragraph. So now we are looking at the security features that this residence offer. Okay. We can extract the answer from the third paragraph. Okay, so who want to try for the question 18 and 19, security features of this residence? The answer is from third paragraph.
24-hour security patrol.
Yes, very good.
Gated and guarded.
Yes, very good. So both of the answers are from the third paragraph. Gated and guarded, 24-hour security patrol. Okay. So now we look at the facilities offered. So they do provide clubhouse, hypermarket. What else? It's from the fourth paragraph.
Bicycle paths and a jogging track.
Yes, very good. So all the answer is within the third line of the fourth paragraph. Okay, so now they do also offer an educational institution for the owner. So the answer is within the same paragraph. So what
Primary school and secondary school.
yes, very good. Primary and secondary school. Okay. Okay, very good. Okay, so for the public transport provided, what do you think is the best answer for this question?
Shuttle bus.
Yes, very good. Shuttle bus. So this shuttle bus is provided for every 30-minute interval lah. Okay, so correct. Okay, so price per unit, this is the easiest one. You can directly get it from the question, from the poster. It's 7 and 50 hundred ringgit Malaysia. Okay. So as long as you didn't spell the words wrongly, you will get full mark 10 marks. This is the bonus mark. So make sure you don't lose any mark here. Okay. So we move on to the section C, the passage comprehension. So I give everyone 5 minutes to go through all 8 paragraphs about laughter yoga. So take your time to go through each paragraph and each line. Okay, so take your time lah. 5 minutes. We will discuss at 9:10. 9:10. Then, okay. If done, let's take a look at the question. This is the reading comprehension. Normally for this section, the most tricky one is that your answer will, your grammatical error will be counted as well through your answer. So kalau kita buat ayat, contoh, the answer is not in a complete sentence or structure, so the mark will be deduct lah kebiasaannya. This section pun senang je nak score lah, 1 markah je. Okay. So from paragraph 1, what do yoga practitioners do in laughter yoga sessions? Okay. So this passage is about laughter yoga kan? An exercise, but it's unique exercise lah. So dalam laughter yoga ni, the practitioners are being forced to do what? The practitioners are encouraged to do what kind of activity? The answer can be extract from the first paragraph. So what do you think is the best answer?
They laugh loudly and heartily.
Yes, very good. So we can find the answer from the third and fourth line of the first paragraph. In laughter yoga, practitioners force themselves to laugh loudly and heartily. Okay, so this is the best answer lah. Make sure you complete the sentence. Okay, so the second questions, what does the word eat in line 4 refer to? So from first paragraph, people of all ages can practice it. Okay, so it here refers to,
Laughter yoga.
yes, very good. Laughter yoga. Okay, so for the question 27, from paragraph 3, how do practitioners gain physiological and psychological benefits of laughter yoga? So let's take a look at the paragraph 3. Okay. Okay, anyone has any idea? From paragraph 3, how do practitioners gain physiological and psychological benefits of laughter yoga? So let's take a look at the paragraph 3. The laughter has to be a belly laugh, which is loud and deep, coming from the diaphragm. Diaphragm is the one organ below your lungs. In in order to reap the health benefits of laughter, it might not be socially acceptable to laugh heartily, but laughter yoga clubs provide a safe environment where one can laugh loudly and heartily without any social complication. Okay, so from this question, you need to provide your own answer sebenarnya. Okay. I think the answer can be found on from the second paragraph as well. If we look at the question, the paragraph, in laughter yoga, laughter is simulated as a body exercise which might turn into real and contagious laughter. Practitioners laugh for no reason continuously for at least 10 to 15 minutes without relying on humor and get the same physiological and psychological benefits. So the answer is here. The practitioners laugh for no reason continuously for at least 10 to 15 minutes. You guys can get the answer?
Yes.
Okay, it's from the second paragraph actually, not the third paragraph. The answer is the practitioners laugh for no reasons continuously for at least 10 to 15 minutes. Okay. So for 27, question B, from paragraph 4, what is the difference between natural laughter and the laughter yoga? Okay, so let's take a look at the paragraph 4. The answer is quite obvious actually. Who want to try for the question 27B? Want to give a try?
Saya teacher.
Okay, you can try.
Natural laughter depends on reason and conditions, while laughter yoga done out of necessity and commitment.
Yes, very good. That's the perfect answer. So the answer is quite obvious actually from the first line and the second line. First line and second line. Okay, so correct. A natural laughter depends on the reason and conditions, while the laughter in laughter yoga is completely done out of necessity and commitment. Alright, so from for questions number 28, from paragraph 5, which word conveys the meaning of spur of the moment? Paragraph, which paragraph? Paragraph 5. Laughter yoga provides a life-changing experience. People in Japan are highly stressed and many of them are workaholics. They're always running and walking in a mad rush and most of them wear face masks as they are prone to flu and cough. They could hardly laugh, but surprisingly, participants enjoyed the sessions in laughter yoga clubs. Okay, so from the phrase spur of the moment, anyone know what is the definition between these phrases? Yes, I heard some.
Spontaneous.
Yes, very good. Spontaneous. Very good. Okay. So jawapan dia spontaneous. It's not something that we plan lah sebenarnya. Spur of the moment. Alright, so for B, line 21, they are always running and walking in a mid rush. What does this tells us about the Japanese? We cannot take it literally, but contextually, what does it mean by they are always running and walking in a mid rush and most of okay.
They are highly stressed.
Yes, they are in the state of pressure and stress lah. If this in this context, maksud dia adalah this group of people, the Japanese, they are highly stressed and pressured. That's why they are running and walking a mad rush. So we should take a look at the passage before we answer, okay? From paragraph 7, for question number 29, what one piece of evidence shows that practitioners have gained from practicing laughter yoga? Okay. What have they gained from the laughter yoga? The answer is quite obvious as well.
Health,
Mm-hmm.
health improvement.
Yes, very good. So the practitioners report significant health improvement. So the answer is the first sentence in the 7th paragraph. So this is the prime benefit that they gain from the laughter yoga. Okay. What does the phrase as the word spreads mean? So if we look at the paragraph number 7, at the second last line, as the word spreads, it is obvious that laughter yoga is helping people to become healthier. So what does it mean by as the word spreads? It is quite obvious, the answer.
Telling about benefit of laughter yoga.
Yes, so people are spreading about the information about the laughter yoga itself. So people are telling others about the benefit of this laughter yoga as the word spreads. Okay. Yang lain dapat If I'm going too fast, you can stop me, okay? Alright, so the last, is it the last one? Okay. So the last question for section C. Laughter yoga provides a safe environment where one can laugh loudly and heartily without any social implication. Based on this statement, state one area that is considered a safe environment for practicing laughter yoga. What do you guys think? The answer is not in the passage. Feel free to suggest your answer. What do you guys think? The best area that considered as safe environment for you to practice laughter yoga. Safe environment here can be defined by the passage as any place or environment that you can laugh loudly without any social implication, so that people won't judge you. So which area is the safest environment for the person to practice laughter yoga? Please suggest any answer. What do you guys think? Anyone has any idea? Based on the definition of the safe environment in this passage, what is the area that can be considered as the safe environment for the laughter yoga practitioner? The answer is subjective. Any answer is correct if it fits with the definition here. Anyone? No answer. So I'll give my answer lah. So one of the area that can be considered as safe environment could be an open park, or first is open park. Anyone has any suggestion? Then open park. Apa lagi environment where you will not get any social implication if you practice this laughter yoga? In the car, in the house area. Okay? Alright, so the reason why these places are considered as the safe environment. Kenapa it is considered as safe environment? If you laugh loudly and heartily in the train, what will happen? You will distract other people, right? So, any answer that is logic to suggest the area that considered under safe environment. So the reason might be because this area does not distract other users when you want to laugh, right? So the best answer, why do we choose these areas, is because it does not distract other users of the parking or other users of the area. Dapat tak? Semua dapat ke jawapan for question number 30?
Dapat.
Alright, very good. It is believed that people who practice laughter yoga can gain a lot of benefits. Write a summary on the benefits of laughter yoga. Okay, so when we are going to write a summary, the main idea should you should take a look at the instruction first. So first is to be in continuous writing form. So we cannot put any numbering lah in our answer. And then use material from which line to which line. Line 20 to line 40. Not longer than 130 words, including the 10 words given below. So line 20 to line 40 is basically starting from the 5th paragraph until the 8th paragraph. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 paragraph only. As long as you are listing down the main form, but you can use your own word. It's best to use your own word, but not changing the original meaning. So the summary is on the benefits of laughter yoga. Okay. So I think let's extract the point so that later you can try to write the summary. So let's take a look at the paragraph number 5. Okay. So from this paragraph, what is the benefit of the laughter yoga? I think I give you guys 5 minutes to highlight or to mark the main point for the summary so that later you can write down the summary into the paragraph form. Okay? So I give you guys 5 minutes to extract which one is the main point for the benefit of the laughter yoga, and then we can discuss the point only. Okay? Alright. So you can start extract out your point first. Only extract the main point, not the elaboration, okay? Try to highlight or mark the main point first. Okay, yang senyap-senyap tu jangan lupa highlight and keluarkan dulu main point. Done? Okay. So let's discuss the point only. So later you can write down the summary. So summary is easy. Let me share the screen first. Okay, so from the fifth paragraph. Okay, so from fifth paragraph. So what is the first benefit that we can gain from the laughter yoga? It's one of the tips to extract the main point is normally the main point is located at the first sentence, right? So I will give you the first answer. Laughter yoga provides a life-changing experience. So this is one of the benefit of the laughter yoga. Okay. Next, we look at the next line. In the same paragraph, they feel very relaxed even the... Okay. So club members proudly report that it makes them happy, healthy and energized. Okay, this is one of the point as well. You can change the sentence letter. It doesn't necessary to make it whole sentence into the summary. You can change it into the simpler form but does not change the meaning of the sentence. For example, the practitioners of the laughter yoga feel happy, healthy and energized. So this is just an example. You can change the sentence letter. So we have 2 points already. Next, anyone has any idea or suggestion? Next paragraph. Next paragraph is quite obvious. The answer is within the third line. Anyone want to give a try? So the third point for the summary, if you look at the paragraph 6, the results have demonstrated that laughter lowers the level of stress hormones such as epinephrine and cortisol in the blood. Okay, so we can extract the first point, the main point from this sentence. Laughter yoga lowers the level of stress hormone. So we can connect the answer with the elaboration a bit. Practitioners of laughter yoga are less likely to succumb to stress and feelings of depressions. So we can make it into one point if you want to make it simpler. So laughter yoga lowers the level of stress so that the practitioner is less likely to suffer from stress and depression. Okay. So this is the third point. So then we have the next point in the same paragraph as well. The practitioner of laughter yoga are full of positive energy. Okay. So all the sentences below is in the sixth paragraph is the elaboration, but if you want to include in the summary also can, but you need to make it simpler and make it your own sentence so that it will not become too lengthy. Okay? So from paragraph 7, is everyone okay? Boleh follow ke? Ke teacher laju sangat?
Okay,
We
teacher.
okay? Alright. So from paragraph 7, participants report significant health improvement. Okay. So we can make it simpler form as well. Laughter yoga provides significant health improvement and improving chronic medical problems from the same paragraph as well. Okay. The last one, in laughter yoga, practitioners receive healing, good company, humor, and the physical sensation of deep-throated laugh. You can make it simpler if you want, but this is one of the main point as well. So the answer is actually quite obvious for the summary. So later, boleh buat summary, but make sure the total words of the summary is not longer than 130 words lah. Laughter yoga can be infectious and practitioners can gain the physiological and psychological benefit, for example. So you start your points extracted from the paragraph. Okay? So we have come to the last section, section D. This is actually the one from the poem, The Living Photograph. Oh, are you still learning the same poem? Untuk Comsas for English, for the literature for English, do you guys still covering this poem, The Living Photograph? Sama tak dengan syllabus sekolah? Is it the same poem?
Bukan.
Tak sama Dah tak sama
Tak.
Okay. Because The Living Photograph poem is in my era. So terkejut juga teacher kalau masih guna yang sama. Okay. So section D normally is the question from the literature section. Sometimes it is quite obvious. Sometimes it is logical and subjective question. As long as you can answer the question in a complete sentence and logic answer, then you can get the marks lah. Okay, so the living photograph. My small grandmother is tall there, straight back, white broderie, English shade. Okay, so let's take a look for the first question. What does the line white hand in black hand tell us about the person's family? So it is in the first section of the poem. A kind old smile round her eyes. Her big hands hold mine, white hand in black hand. Okay, so what do you guys think this phrase suggests? What does this phrase suggest? White hand in black hand. Anyone would like to try? This is quite obvious. The hidden message between these phrases is quite obvious. What does this phrase define? White hand in black hand. Okay. So it's the best answer to describe white hand in black hand. Anyone would like to start? Yes, please. Yes. Sorry. Ada yang bagi jawapan ke? Teacher tak dengar pula. Okay, so the simplest or the perfect answer to describe white hen in black hen is actually there are a mixed race family, right? Mixed races family. Because if we look at the nature of this poem, The Living Photograph, it is a poem about the persona is the Western family, Western countries family. So white hen in black hen suggests that this family consists of mixed races. There are mixed races in the family, white hen in black hen. So it is about mixed races lah. Okay, is it clear?
Yes.
Okay, very good. Okay, so we look at the stanza 2. It was true after all that look, my tall grandmother become small, her back round and hunched. Her soup forgot to boil. She went to the awful place grandmothers go, somewhere unknown, unthinkable. Okay, so what do you think the phrase her soup forgot to boil meaning? Apa yang dimaksudkan dengan her soup forgot to boil? If you look at the stanza 2, the poem is describing about the grandmother, right? About the physical and the character, the physical and the personality of the grandmother. So what does it mean by her soup forgot to boil?
She was too ill to take care of herself.
Yes? Logic? She was too ill to take care of herself. It's a good answer. Another answer that I would like to suggest is that maybe the grandmother is already forgetful, because here, if you look at the stanza 2, my tall grandmother becomes small. So this suggests that the grandmother it has become very old, right? Her back round and hunched. Dia dah start bongkok. So it is normal for this age of grandmother to start become forgetful and too ill to take care of herself. Both answer is acceptable. So you can write either one lah. Either it's too ill to take care of herself ataupun she became forgetful. Okay. What do you think has happened to the persona's grandmother? She went to the awful place, somewhere unknown, unthinkable. So apa yang dimaksudkan with this line? What happened to the grandmother?
He passed away.
Yes, very good. So the grandmother passed away or died. Okay, very good. So for the question C, the persona remembers and love her grandmother. What do you think the persona says the crinkle smile is still living, breathing? Okay, so the line is within the last stanza, but there she is still. So from the stanza 2, from the answer suggested by our friend just now, the grandmother is already passed away. She went to the awful place somewhere unknown, unthinkable, right? But in stanza 3, the persona said that she is still there in the photo with me at 3. The crinkled smile is still living, breathing. What does it mean by the crinkle smile is still living and breathing? The definition of the phrase is quite obvious as well. So the answer is basically the smile of the grandmother looks alive and real in the photograph. The crinkle smile is still living, breathing means the grandmother's smile looks real and alive in the photograph. So for the last question, do you think the persona is right in remembering her grandmother? So this is flexible answer. Give your reason. So you need to give your reason. What do you think? Is it right in remembering her grandmother? What answer that you would like to suggest? Why do we remember about our grandmother? Anyone has any idea? Let me pick up the person. Okay. Khalish. Do you think the persona is right in remembering the grandmother? Sorry, kita tutup kat kamera rupanya. Okay. Siapa ni? Sophia. Okay. What do you think you would like to suggest? What answer? Dia tak siapa nak bagi suggestion for the answer. Basically, it is right. Betul je kan to remember the grandmother. But in this kind of question, you need to give or justify your reason lah. Maybe because kita boleh jawab dulu, yes, it is right because her grandmother is her source of inspiration ke, or any other answer that is logic. The grandmother is kind to her. Her grandmother is the one who take care of her since child. Because in the photograph, they mentioned that the grandmother is taking the grandmother in the photograph is with her, right? Okay, so there are acceptable lah. Any answer that is logic, acceptable. Okay? Any question? Do you guys have any question? No. Okay. So don't forget to write down the summary. Okay. You guys have the answer already, so just jot down the answer and make it in continuous form dalam satu paragraph sajalah for the summary and not exceed 130 words. Okay. So I think that's all from me. If you guys have any question, you can ask. Okay. Alright. Tak ada question Tak ada soalan? If there is no question, then I think we can end the class here. Don't forget to write down your summary. And maybe all of you can try to look at the first paper 1 first, about the essay. Maybe next class we can have a look and try to do the directed writing and the continuous writing. Okay? Okay. Thank you so much for tonight. I think you all can dismiss. Assalamualaikum. You're welcome.
Thank you, teacher.
You're welcome. I finished the cikgu, saya dah habis kelas malam ni. Terima kasih cikgu. Saya live dulu ya.